Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the medal winners ceremony of the ISU World Figure Skating Championships 2022, Montpellier, France. It is at this time that we award the ISU small medals, free skating, and honor the overall medal winners in women. ISU Small Medals Award category Women. Free skating. Third, and winner of the ISU Small Bronze Medal, Alyssa Liu, United States of America. Second, and winner of the ISU Small Silver Medal, Luna Hendricks, Belgium. First, and winner of the ISU Small Gold Medal, Kaori Sakamoto, Japan. Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the prizes of honor are awarded to the 3 overall medalists in women of the ISU World Figure Skating Championships 2022. The watch is offered by our sponsor, Citizen. Third place, Alyssa Liu, United States of America. It's the one to your left. Yeah.
They choose it?
No. In second place, Luna Hendricks, Belgium. The World Figure Single Skating Champion for 2022, Kaori Sakamoto, Japan. So, yeah, now you go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to you, and we give them a big hand for fantastic performances tonight.
Yes. Thank
I have
you.
a microphone, that's okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter. Good evening for this press conference of the women's title. Congratulations to all 3. We will start with Kaori. Don't worry. Do you know who are the previous Japanese world champions in the ladies? It's like a contest. Can you name them?
まずは
Can
坂
we
本選
translate
手
to
に
Kako?
Of course まずは坂本選手に質問をさせてください。クイズみたいなものだと思ってください。これまでの日本人のチャンピオンはご存知ですか？
ちょっと待って。嘘でしょ。
I can name them if you wish. Okay, I will name them.
私からでは
はい。
回答します。
お願 願いします。お願いします。
Midori Ito, Yuka Sato, Shizuka Arakawa, Miki Ando, Mao Asada. You're the 9th gold medal for Japan tonight.
坂本選手で9人目ということになります。
皆さんすいません。本当に覚えてなくてすいませんでした。
I apologize for not being able to recall here at the moment.
Not a problem. I've got my database. And the last one was,
全く問題ありません。
by the way, Yukako, thank you so much. I know it's 7 a.m. in Japan, so thank you for being with us. The last one was back in 2014, 8 years ago. I don't know if you remember that. Did you know what you did then in 2014 when she was Mao Asada, the world champion? That's why Yukako is translating.
Thank you, sir. はい、私はデータベースを見ておりますので、それで名前が出てきたというところなんですけれども、前回の日本人のチャンピオンが2014年の浅田真央選手です。その頃、坂本選手はご自身何をしていらしたか覚えてますか
2014年は中学2年生で一番多分なんだろうな、でも3、14、13、中2で、本当にまだまだ世界を知らない状態で、ジュニアグランプリもまだまだ一戦とかそんなぐらいしか経験していない時期で、なんだろう、本当に真央ちゃんとか明子さんとか美希ちゃんとかを見て、本当に世界で戦うにはこれだけ頑張らないといけないんだなっていうのを全日本とかしかやっぱり間近で見ることができなかったので、なんだろう、本当にずっと憧れの存在であるし、真央ちゃんとかその世代の方々が日本をこう背負って引っ張ってきてくれたおかげで私たちが今こうやってできてると思うので、それをこうつなげることができてるのかなって今すごく実感しています。
So thinking back to 2014, I believe I was in my second year of junior high, and I still had no idea what it was like out there in the real world. I had maybe one competition for the Junior Grand Prix under my belt, and I really didn't have a lot of experience. So I completely looked up to skaters like Mao Asada, Akiko Suzuki, Miki Ando, and I couldn't really understand what level of effort it took to be able to compete on the world stage. I would only see them at the Japan National Championships, and they were skaters that I truly admired and I aspired to be like. So thanks to skaters like Mao, who really represented Japan on the world stage, I think they gave us the opportunity to skate like we do. And I'm starting to feel like maybe I am helping to pass on that tradition.
Luna, I will not make like a contest, but you are the first one to medal as an individual for Belgium. Congratulations for that. The last time Belgium went on the podium at the World Championships, you weren't born, I wasn't born. I guess very few people in this area were. It was back in 1948, the gold medal in pairs for Micheline Lanois and Pierre Bonnier. I mean, it's very impressive to see that you got the medal now.
Yeah, I'm speechless. I'm just super happy, and all my hard work paid off. And yeah, to stand here with a silver medal is just, yeah, unbelievable. I'm so proud. I can do this for myself and also for Belgium.
Alisa, the last medal for the US was 6 years ago. You were 10, if I'm right.
Yeah.
Did you think then that you will be on the medals tonight?
No, definitely not. As Loena said, I'm also very speechless. I came into this competition not thinking about medals. Even during the competition, I just really wanted to do good programs for myself.
So when I saw that I medaled, I was like, what? I was like, I didn't believe it. So I'm still like in shock.
Ashley Wagner was the silver medalist in 2016 in Boston. Questions? Yes, Jackie. On va changer.
Hi, question for all three skaters. Over the past 4 years, all three of you have had times when you felt like everything was completely off and you weren't where you were supposed to be, and now the three of you are here on the podium. I would just like to ask you to reflect on what that journey's been like for you and how what it means to be here right now.
We start with Kaori Yukako.
Understood. I'm sorry, was that the past 4 years or the past year?
Past 4 years, I guess.
4 years. Thank you. では、3選手、皆さんに質問です。3選手ともにここ4年間、調子が悪かったり、本来やれるスケートではない時期があったと思います。それでも本日、メダルを獲得されているわけです。過去、これまでの道のりを振り返っていかがですか？坂本選手からお願いします。
ピョンチャンの時はなんだろう、やっぱり一番下っ端だったし、がむしゃらにやっていくだけだったので、本当に怖いもの知らずで、ただただ上にいる人たちを追いかけようとしているだけだったので、追いかける側ってすごく楽で、特に何も考えずに自分ができることをしっかりやるだけなので、本当に1年目は楽だったし、2年目はやっぱりオリンピアンとしてしっかり成績を残さないといけないっていう気持ちがあったので、それで結構全日本優勝とかファイナルにも進めたし、世界選手権も初めて代表に選ばれて、本当に目標にしていた試合すべて出ることができたので、2シーズン目もすごく良かったと思います。でその次のシーズンが本当に自分が一番落ちたなって思ったシーズンで、本当にあのシーズンは1年間成長が感じられなくて、上がる見込みがなかったので、本当に何を直したら今までの自分の調子に戻れるか分からなかったし、先生にも先生からアドバイスをもらってもどう直せばいいのかが分からなかったので、本当に辛いシーズンだったんですけど、でもコロナの影響でやっぱり数ヶ月滑れない状況があって、そこでやっぱりみんな同じ状況で滑れなかったので、ここでやっぱり陸でトレーニングを頑張ったら差がつくと思って、しっかり頑張ってトレーニングをしたりとか、本当できることを精一杯やって、そのシーズンからは本当に上り調子でずっと右肩上がりでやってきて、本当に苦しい思いをしたからこそマトリックス2年目の年に這い上がることができたのかなって思うので、下がってこそ上がれるんだなっていうのをこの4年間を通してすごく実感しました。
So for Pyeongchang, I was basically the youngest person on the team, and I, in a way, had nothing to fear. It was just about giving it my all, and I was simply following the more experienced skaters. So in a way, it was actually very easy. I was a follower, and I didn't have to think too much. So that first year was quite easy. The second year, I was an Olympian, so I knew that I wanted to achieve good results. And thanks to that, I was able to take part in all of the competitions that I wanted to. I clinched my first Japan national title. I also advanced to the final for the first time. And I also was chosen to come to the World Championships for the first time. So that second season was also very good. But the year after that, that's really when I fell to the lowest point. I had absolutely no sense of growth that whole year. I couldn't figure out what I needed to fix in order to get my rhythm back. Even though my coaches gave me advice, I really couldn't figure out what I needed to improve. And it was such a hard struggle. But then with COVID, for several months, we weren't able to practice. And I realized that none of us were able to practice. So then it occurred to me, if I trained really hard on the land, did land training, off ice training, then I could probably improve and get better than my competition. So I just really did everything that I could off ice, and that helped me gain upward momentum. Ever since then, things kept getting better and better. So now, as I look back on my second season with Matrix when it was really hard, I realized that you can only come up after you fall so low. And that for me has been the biggest learning over the last 4 years, that having gone through that struggle has helped me come out and grow. Thank you.
Luna.
So for me, after the 2018 Olympics, I had a really hard time. I struggled with illness and also a lot of injuries for 2 years. And it just made me realize that I really love the sport and that it was really a passion. That's why I never gave up and just wanted to try to be back. I never knew where I would be at the end. I hoped that I would have the same level as I did before. And then I came back to competitions, and yeah, the level was getting better, and I went more mature. And I'm so happy and proud of myself after those 2 years of hard time that I managed to stand here and to grow a lot.
Yeah, so after COVID, everybody couldn't skate that much, and neither could I. And I lost a lot of my motivation. I wasn't seeing like my family and friends as much as I did before. I was barely going to the rink, not doing off ice. And then I grew a lot and I got injured quite a bit. I had an on and off hip injury, so that really slowed me down. And honestly, I don't know how I got motivation back again. I don't know how I got to this point. Like, I genuinely have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea.
Jean-Christophe.
Thank you. Luna, we saw you in Tallinn and you were second after the short program, and then it didn't work at all for the free program. And you said something like, I need to learn from that experience. Here you were second after the short program, you're second after the free also. What did you learn and how did you apply it to make it work so fast?
So after the short at Europeans, I was so excited and so happy that I couldn't really handle my emotions. I was just so happy that I got my first real medal, and that's why I was too excited to go into the free, and yeah, I just didn't have the power to make it through it like how I did before. And now, because I've learned a lot from Europeans, I just had to stay calm and trust myself and just to give it all one more time. And I wanted to end the season good and show the people what I'm capable of. And also now, because I'm injured, I'm so proud that I just went through it one last time. And I know the free was not perfect. It had little things that wasn't like, yeah, perfect. But I'm really glad that I stood here and performed. And yeah, I'm so happy after, yeah, this competition.
Nick on the last row. The microphone on the last row.
Hi, Luna, way back here. You were just talking about it, but you spoke the other day about the injury that you had faced. And can you just detail for us the last few days and the challenges that you faced? And for those of us that were close to rinkside tonight, it looked like you had a special intensity to the free skate. And we could see the wrapping on your leg too. So just some of the detail, it seems like you really fought through it tonight. Thanks.
So 3 weeks ago, I had a tear in my groin. I couldn't skate for 1 week, and of course it's not the ideal preparation for Worlds. I only could train 4 days before I left. Also, I twisted my ankle again, so it wasn't a perfect preparation at all. But I had something like, I just want to give it one last time, and I know I just had to fight 2 more weeks. And yeah, that's what I kept in my mind. And after this competition, I have vacation, I can have a rest to rest my body. And I just had to put my mind on skating and don't feel the pain. And yeah, it worked out, and I'm super proud that I came to the World Championships and I could show everybody that I'm a strong person.
Yes, we've got 2 more questions here, then we have remote also some questions. Yes, here.
Questions for Kaori. You have a very powerful program. Can you tell us about your inspirations? And also the song No More Fight Left in Me is the soundtrack of a movie, Woman. Have you seen it? What do you think of it? Thank you.
I'll go with the Japanese. Thank you. 坂本選手に質問です。非常にパワフルなプログラムになっていますけれども、そのインスピレーションはどういったところから得られたのでしょうか。それからこの曲 No More Fight Left in Me というのはウーマンという映画のサウンドトラックになっていますけれども、もし映画をご覧になっているようでしたら感想を教えてください。
映画は探しても出てこないぐらいなんだろうな、マイナーなのかなっていう感じなんですけど、だから映画は見れてなくて、でもこの曲を滑るって決まってから本当にどういうこんなにメッセージ性が強い曲は初めてで、どうやって表現をしたらいいのか本当に分からなくて、すごく試行錯誤してやっとこれだって思ったのは、本当にブノア先生がこれは香りのための物語だから香りがなんだろう、自由に滑ってくれっていうのをこうなんだろうメッセージをもらってからはなんだろう考えることがなくてもうなくなって、なんだろう自分自身の滑りを見せたらいいんだっていうのに気づかされて、そこからはなんだろうそんな難しく考えずにのびのび滑れるようになったのかなと思ってます。
So first about the movie, I'm afraid it isn't readily available apparently, so I haven't been able to find it despite my wanting to. Therefore, I haven't been able to see it. As for my skating, ever since we decided to skate to this music, I knew that I had never skated to music that had this powerful of a message before. So I went through a lot of trial and error trying to figure out how best to capture that message. But I struggled, and finally, when Benoit Richaud told me that this is a story for me, for Kaori, he said, Kaori, this is your story, so just skate in the way that you want and feel free to do that. Since he mentioned that to me, after that, I no longer had to think that hard, and I felt that I could just use it to show my own skating. So from there, I think I felt more free to really show what I could do.
Akiko, you got the final question for you.
Congratulations to all the ladies. You all skated very strong. This is a question for three of you. All of you skated excellent tonight. It was very strong competition. And this is the first world medal for all of you. So if you could just comment, general comment about the performance tonight, how would you rate your performance tonight? What was your expectation coming here, and how do you feel about the result?
はい、3選手に質問です。今回皆さん素晴らしい演技で大会としても力強いものだと感じています。3選手ともに世界選手権では初メダルということになりますので、本日の演技、ここでの成果についての感想を伺いたいです。世界選手権に来る前にご自身で期待していたことと、そしてこの結果を振り返っていかがでしょうか。
世界選手権に向けての練習は本当に今までで一番大変だったし、オリンピックで本当にすごく頑張ったので、それですごく燃え尽きてしまったんですけど、でも世界選手権に出るメンバーはほとんどオリンピックからそのまま出る選手が多かったので、みんな状況は一緒だし、自分だけ疲れたっていうのは許されないなって感じていたけど、どうしてもやっぱり調子が上がらなくて、この世界選手権本当どうなるんだろうっていう不安がすごく大きかったのは、正直すごくあって、でも今までの練習がすごく今回は背中を押してくれたなって感じて、練習で必死こいて先生と一緒にやってきて、それがこう世界選手権まで持ってすごく良かったなって思ったし、その自分自身信じてここまでやってきて良かったなっていうのをこの結果を見てすごく感じました。
So the training that I had to do before Worlds was probably the most difficult that I've ever had to do, because I really tried to make such a big effort for the Olympics, and I think I probably just had fatigue and I burned out after that. But most of the skaters coming to Worlds, they had come through the Olympics as well, so we were all operating on the same environment. And I knew that I couldn't make an excuse just for myself that I was too tired because of the Olympics. Still, I couldn't get my rhythm back, and I was actually very anxious and worried before coming to Worlds. And I think this is where all of the training that I've done in the past became a big piece of support and encouragement for me, because the really hard training that I did together with my coaches in the past, I think that kind of helped to tide me over all the way to this world competition. And I'm also, looking back on the result today, so happy that I had confidence in myself.
So for me, I didn't had any expectations coming to Worlds. I just wanted to try my best and have two great programs, and that's what I did. And yeah, I'm just happy as well that I got a silver medal.
Yeah, so after Olympics, I took a week off doing nothing. I was like, I need a break. So I took one, and then the rest of the time, when I got back into training, I started programs right away. And I think the break was much needed, because I actually did better coming back to practice after taking a week off than I did before Olympics. So I was training like double run-throughs of the short program a lot. And so my goals for this competition was to do clean programs and try the triple axel for the last competition of this season. So I'm just really proud that I did what I wanted to do.
Let's go now to the questions remote. Surprise. Okay.
Yeah, yes, short question for Alyssa. What's happened with your coach, Victor Pfeiffer?
Oh, my team in Colorado, I'm not taking from them anymore because I'm no longer in Colorado. I'm back in California. I just like the Bay Area better. I like being with my friends and my family. They give me a lot of emotional support. Um, and I like the San Francisco rank. I have a lot of friends there, and my longtime coach, Philip, I just took from him there the whole time. I've been taking from him since I basically started. He was my pole harness coach for the longest time. He also worked on like my jumps, spins, choreography. So going back to him is like, it feels very nostalgic. So yeah, we had a lot of fun training.
Thank you.
Next question. Yes? Next question.
すいません、テレビ東京の続きです。坂本選手おめでとうございます。大丈夫ですかね。今シーズン、すごくずっと大会でもいい結果を残し続けていて、特にこのオリンピックでメダルを獲得してからこの世界選手権でもベストの演技をしたというところに、すごくこう精神的な成長というか、どんな時もこメンタルを保っていい結果を残すっていう本当にすごく強くなったなっていうことを感じたんですけど、ご自身ではその成長をどういうふうに捉えているかというところと、その自分の精神的な人間的な成長っていうところを支えてくれた人だったり支えてくれた言葉とか何かあれば教えていただけますか？
May I do a quick translation into English? すみません。Wonderful. 質問だけ英語に今手短に訳します。So, from Japan, question for Kaori. You've really done well with amazing results all this season. You won a medal at the Olympics, and now you've put in this amazing performance at Worlds. So it seems to me that you've really been able to grow mentally, and you now have a very strong mental state where you are able to achieve these good results. So how do you feel about your mental growth? And if there is any person or any words, any phrases that have kind of kept you going mentally, please share with us. お願いします。
はい。自分自身メンタルが強いかって言われるとそうではなくて、別に強くも弱くもない普通だと思ってるんですけど、なんだろうな、なんか一回経験したらもう大丈夫って思えるので、もう最終滑走はだいぶやり込んできたし、もう最終滑走いやとかはもうならなくなって、もうなんなら別に最終滑走でもいいよぐらいにはなってきて、で、オリンピックでも4回転をたくさん飛んで高得点を出して、で自分の番ってなってたんですけど、それでもやっぱり今までの練習が力になって、なんだろう、今まで通りの演技がどの大会でもできるようになってきていたので、それはすごく成長だなって感じるし、なんだろう、いつもやっぱり練習からノーミスっていうのは目標にはしてるんですけど、なかなかそれができなかったりした時にどうしても自分に甘くなってしまうので、そういう時はやっぱり先生が喝を入れてくださるので、先生に本当に感謝してます。だからもう今後ももっともっと喝入れまくってほしいなと思ってます。
So, as to whether I'm mentally strong or not, I actually don't think I'm that strong. I'm probably not strong, not weak, very average in that way. But I also think once I've experienced a situation, then I can tell myself I'm okay with that. I've been the last skater to skate quite a few times now, and so I no longer dread that. In a way, I almost welcome it, like, okay, I'm fine being the last skater. And in the Olympics, there were a lot of quad jumps ahead of me, so we had already stacked up high points, and then it was my turn. But even under those circumstances, I was able to count on all of my past training really coming through. And that's where I feel that I've grown. In all of these competitions, I'm able to perform exactly as I've been doing in my training. So during my training and practice, even though I try to do a clean skate, sometimes if I can't, I'm still kind of easy on myself. And that's when my coaches really push me very hard. And I think that's been something necessary for me. So I look forward to my coaches being even giving me that tough love and pushing me in the future.
And the final question. Oh, Phil, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, good evening, I guess, for you. Alyssa, you mentioned losing your motivation and not knowing how you got it back. At some point, watching you, it also seemed you had lost all joy in skating, and you clearly got that back at the Olympics and here. How did you get the joy back?
I'm not quite sure. I think it's also because the Olympics is very exciting, and that's why I continue to skate. So I think I was just really happy that I finally got there because that was my goal. I just think it was the mixture of talking with my friends more, seeing my family, and just knowing that I was at my goal.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone here and abroad. Thank you, Yukako. We'll see you tomorrow. We wrap up. Just a small photo op. Okay. Then